it's me, the lovely Beatrix, joined by the fantastic
Billy No Skates.
And we are going to be we're going to be joined by our amazing producer, it's Smash. And we're going to be talking you through all the action of Crime City Rollers versus Nantes Roller Derby. And it's the final game of day 2 here at the WFTDA European Championships Regionals 2024. And it's been a day, right? If you've been with us all day, it started with the Nantes rainy upset this morning. And we've seen some amazing games all the way through. Accumulating in the game just previous to us here, which was the London-Toulouse game, where Toulouse took the win in a very tense final few minutes of the game.
It's been a day. I mean, if you haven't been with us all day, then you really need to reconsider your life choices, because it's been absolutely cracking day roller derby.
Yeah.
So the winner from this game is going to go on and play for the first and second position.
Yes.
And then the loser from this game will go on and play London for the third, fourth position.
That's right.
There's a lot to play for.
Yeah, it is going to be one of those benchmark games that takes us into tomorrow and then takes those teams off to champs this November. So super exciting indeed. I think we're going to go through the rosters right now, and then we're just going to dance right into that roller derby game. Like I said, Malmo versus Nantes. Billy, let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so for Crime City today, skating in purple, we've got 0030 Jimawa, number 04 Vilda, number 07 Nasty, number 112 Polytrauma, number 14 Spino, number 163 Yaz, number 17 Ebermetz, number 2 Nordberg, number 23 Rhino, number 247 Bonesy, number 5 Lil Mads, number 53 Dykestalker, number 56 Reggae, number 666 Hannah Satana, and number 90 Vanilla Slice.
And for Nantes Roller Derby, the Duc.hesse 0082 Adele Rainbow, 017 Iron Duck, 035 Flashy Strike, 11 Valere, 12 Andrenalus, 1312 Pufner, 1818 Ziggy Starpass, 42 Nemesis, 44 Greenbergen, 53 Buzz, 6 Dead, 66 Flash Blondie, and 678 MacGyver. And we are all ready to rock and roll, lining up on the Sucker Punch Skate Shop jam line. We have got 1818 Ziggy Starpass.
And that's Vanilla Slice with a star for Crime City. Ziggy Starpass has been called lead. First lead of the game.
Well, all the action happening here in turn 1, Billy, as Crime looking to get the out, which they do. Vanilla Slice makes it through, but Ziggy Starpass just coming in on the initial.
Ziggy Starpass calls the jam, first points of the day, going up to Nantes Roller Derby.
Yeah, 4 lovely points on the board for Nantes. Crime held at 0. And you definitely feel the energy in the arena tonight, don't you, Billy? And I'm feeling it right here, sat next to you as well, as we go into the next jam. 017 Iron Duck with the star now for Nantes.
And that is Reggae with the star for Crime City Rollers. Reggae taking the inside line there. And we've got number 23 Rhino making a bit of space for Reggae to get through, and Reggae gets lead, comes around for a first scoring pass.
Crime holding Nantes Jammer behind the jam line here, did a little bit of a drawback, and now not giving any kind of quarter. Nantes passing the star to 035, that is Flashy Strike, but still not able to gain any purchase as action stays between jam and pivot line for the Nantes Jammer.
Reggae on a second scoring pass, 4 already up on the board and coming around for more. Rhino again coming forward to try and play some offense for Reggae. But as both packs come together, Rhino has to drop back into defense.
Yas doing some great work with a pickup on Flashy Strike, as Flashy Strike exited out of the pack and stuck now by turn 2. The pack stretching all the way from pivot line right into the straightaway between turn 2 and 3. And Yas with that knockdown going to force a recycle back off Flashy Strike all the way to the back.
Some fabulous work there from Nasty. Bringing the jammer all the way back.
Well, Billy, a lot of things are happening in this jam, but nobody's going very far at all. We've not even seen, apart from Crime City's jammer, we've not seen a full rotation around the track of the pack.
We haven't, but Crime City's jammer did manage a second full scoring pass, so calling that jam. Let's reset and have another go. That's Ebermetz.
And adrenaline's on the line for Nantes.
I don't think Ebermetz was actually jamming in the last game that Crime City played. I think they were on as a pivot a bit, but didn't start with the star at all. So this is a change to the lineup from Crime City.
Yeah. And obviously with both teams already playing today, you have to be careful what you're doing out there because you don't want to show everything all at once, right?
Indeed. And Adrenaline's picking up lead jamming status there for Nantes. Duc.hesse being the last line of defence at the front had to let Adrenaline's go. But Ebermetz is clear of the pack and completed an initial pass. So Adrenaline's forced to call a jam off before Crime have a chance to put any points up on the board.
Now, Adrenaline's had a great lead jammer success rate in the rainy game this morning. It was 100% right up until the second half, and we really saw some power there.
Yeah, absolutely incredible.
I'm excited to see what happens in this game with the jammers. As we're already seeing that back and forth, 3 points picked up for Nantes, takes them to 7. Crime City at 8.
And Vanilla Slice with the lead jam for Crime City. Vanilla Slice also picked up several multi-pass jams today, racking up loads and loads of points for Crime City. So very strong jammer in contention. 4 points being awarded to Vanilla Slice on that pass. Have we had another star pass?
Yeah, we have. Ziggy Star Pass started this jam but has passed over to Adele Rainbow.
Ziggy going to the penalty box.
Yes, that's correct. Ziggy is in the 888 penalty box.
But as a blocker, crucially.
Yes. Yeah, because Adele Rainbow's got the star.
And Vanilla Slice waiting until the last second to call that jam, burning a little bit of clock to get their blockers out of the box. 2 blockers currently in the box for Crime City. Going to start them out a little bit thin on the ground in the next jam.
But let's look here at the lead that Crime City are already trying to build up. 16 points in total for them now. Nantes holding at 7. So that was an 8-point jam that Crime City posted up. 25 minutes left of this first half to go. So a lot of action in 5 minutes. One of the things we've seen over the weekend is low scoring first halves, Billy, for the majority of the games.
That is true. They've been very, very defensive and often quite kind of short jams as well. Hit it and quit it kind of jams.
Yeah. So great to see some multi-passes already happening so early. Reggie with the star for Crime. Iron Duc for Nantes. Iron Duc pushing forward into turn 1 now. Going 1-on-1, Billy.
Going 1-on-1. It is Duc.hesse the last line of defence again for Crime City, but they do have to let Iron Duc go. So Reggie with the star in hand, working their way through that Nantes pack. But push to the outside. Oh, and high block penalty being issued there to one of the Nantes blockers. Reggae resetting all the way back to turn 4. We're going backwards. Backwards roller derby.
Oh, I love a bit of that.
It was good for you to get your muscles on the other side of your body.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to be awkward.
No.
So resetting in, both jammers engaged in play here, and we're seeing some very strong 3 walls. Again, a story of the weekend. These strong braced walls that really, they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
They're not, but it also means that Nantes have nobody to commit to offense.
Yeah.
So they have nobody to go back and get their jammer out. Reggae does manage to clear the pack. That was Reggae's initial pass though, and Nantes have control of the jam, and there we go, there's the call off. So 3 points on that jam for Nantes and 0 points for Crime City.
And I do feel like, having seen Nantes play this morning, that they are very happy for their jammers to go it alone. And having seen their jammers, I would also be happy. There's some real power in the push that they're able to give. And I think as long as you're in the driving seat as lead jammer, it's okay to hang out there if you can try and grab some of those points, and you can always call it off if not.
Indeed. Okay, so we have Ebermetz on the jam line for Crime City, and Ebermetz is your lead jammer.
Adele Rainbow for Nantes. Knocked out, recycle back, picks up Ebermetz.
Also picks up a penalty. So we have a power jam first of the game. Ebermetz is the only jammer on track at the moment. So all of a sudden, Nantes have nothing to do but defend. And Crime City happy to let their jammer go it alone, try and push that further and further forward. We've seen so far in this game, we're on jam 6 of the game, and the lead has been alternating fairly evenly between the 2 packs.
Yeah.
But Crime City with double the points of Nantes at this stage in the game. Now, obviously we have a lot of roller derby left to play, and that's not a massive lead at this stage.
But certainly gives them the advantage right now. Ebermet's pushing forward into turn 4. The rest of Crime goating at the back. That does look like Greenbergen that they're keeping hold of as Adele Rainbow comes back into play.
Nemesis really thought that Ebermet's had gone out. They were running back for the drawback, but Ebermet's managed to stay inbounds. So Ebermet's calling the jam before Adele Rainbow has a chance to score. One more point on the third scoring pass. That takes Crime City up to 9 points on that jam. So with 21 and a half minutes left in this first period, we currently have Crime City Rollers on 25 points, Nantes Roller Derby on 10.
And we'd like to say a big shout out to Skate and Create Factory. If you need a gift for the skater in your life, get skate-themed art, stickers and gifts from Create and Skate Factory, a passion project by Duc.hesse. Duc is a fellow Derby skater playing in Barcelona, but you may remember her from her time skating with London Roller Derby, USA Roller Derby, Minnesota and Madison. You can find out more at createandskatefactory.com or on Instagram and Facebook at Create and Skate Factory. Every sale supports a fellow skater.
So we have had an official review being called by Nantes. Okay, so they're looking for an out of bounds block. Oh, okay. Okay, so Nantes had an out of bounds block being called, but the block was called on the jammer.
Yeah.
And the jammer obviously is never out of bounds.
Yeah.
So they're requesting a reversal of that penalty being issued to their jammer in the last jam.
I think that was it was Adele Rainbow, the jammer, and they tend to skate with their star in their hand when they're not lead jammer. So, you know, they're not necessarily clearly identifiable if they're coming into play.
Right.
So great that they're picking this up now and looking at the officials to review it. That's the point of official reviews, Billy.
It's to officially review official decisions.
Yeah.
While the teams are watching us, we had very good Toulouse contingent over in the far end. I saw some spelling earlier.
Crime City look like they're having a fun time on that jam line. I think I'd be a little bit too tense.
Yeah, I'm not good at having a laugh when I'm tense, to be honest, but Crime seem to make it look easy, even on skates, whilst doing all sorts of things. Do you know who else can make a 2-minute jam feel easy?
That was a really nice segue, B.
Thank
I don't
you.
know, tell me, who else makes a 2-minute jam feel easy?
It's Crash Course. If you're tired of second-guessing your training routine, want to feel more confident when you step on the track, then Crash Course is for you. They turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks your footwork will get you on the line faster. And in 12 weeks you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Life is a contact sport. Win. Okay, so as we thought it would be, that penalty is around the rescinding of a penalty given to the non-jammer.
We had a little intel there from our network of announcers that are dotted around the Baltiska Hallen here in Malmo.
I love how you call them a network of announcers, like spies, but louder.
Yes, more extrovert,
Absolutely.
more easily identifiable in a crowd, more sparkly.
Yeah, always more sparkly.
Incoming announcements.
The illegal contact penalty remains. None cannot retain their review.
Okay, so the illegal contact penalty remains and none have not retained their official review.
So with 21 minutes and 24 seconds left in the first period, that may come back
Yeah.
to haunt Nantes a little bit later on.
Nantes
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a really good observation, Billy, because we have got 21 more minutes of play, and this is a very high-level game. These two teams are very high-level, and what we've seen all weekend is the physicality from all the teams here. And there's times when you might want to review some bits, but don't have that option right now.
It's going to be a very, very intense game. This is a pass to champs.
Yeah.
Everyone is fighting every point on this game. And it is Ziggy Starpass who gets through first, picks up lead jammer status for Nantes. Vanilla Slice in the pack, taking a knock to the outside there, forced all the way back.
I think that was Flashy Blondie doing that work, an excellent blocker in the non-pack, really good at being wherever the jammer wants to be. But right now we're seeing Ziggy Starpass coming in again, took the outside, couldn't find the space, moved to the inside, found it there to get on through and pick up 4 points for Nantes.
Ziggy Starpass coming around again for another pass. Oh, and Ziggy Starpass has picked up a track cut, so it's a power jam. Vanilla Slice looks like they were handing the SAR off to Dijkstalker, but in fact it was a fake out. Oh, hello. Penalty being picked up there by Spino. Vanilla Slice coming in for a first scoring pass. Yeah, and that was 4 points picked up. Even with only 3 blockers on track, Crime City making short work of that.
Yeah, beautiful apex jump from Vanilla Slice. Coming in again, another hot just to completely neutralise Flash Blondie, because as I said, being the kind of blocker that wants to be everywhere, as Flash Blondie goes to the penalty box, Ziggy Starpass about to return to play.
So this will go the full 2 minutes. There's 10 seconds left in the jam for these jammers. Both of them are in a scoring position at the moment. Oh, a little bit of a knockout and a recycle.
Yeah, and Vanilla Slice quite happy to run this. Obviously, Crime City in the driving seat in terms of points right now. So even if Ziggy Starpass isn't necessarily playing that backwards game, it does Crime City no harm.
Absolutely. 3 points scored by Ziggy Starpass in that last jam, in the second scoring pass.
Yeah.
It's actually the first multiple pass that Nantes have had in this game.
Interesting.
So even though they've been getting kind of an even-handed lead jam, obviously Crime City have been getting their jammers out as well and holding them to a single pass.
Yeah.
Reggae with the start for Crime City, picking up lead jammer.
And Iron Duck held, pinned to the inside line between jam and pivot, removes the star, passes it off. That is to Flash Blondie, number 66, who is now jamming for Nantes out of that pack like a flash. However, not being in the driving seat once again, Billy, means that Crime are able to call off that jam after 4 points picked up for them.
Absolutely. Crime's last blocker leaving the penalty box. They called the jam as soon as they got through, weren't leaving anything up to chance.
So checking with the scores, we've got 18 minutes to go of this first half. Nantes on 17, Crime City on 39.
I'm going to need a lie down after this, B.
Well, good job it's night time.
Indeed.
You can rest for 8 hours, come back and talk about roller derby again tomorrow. Adele Rainbow pushing forward, picks up lead. For Nantes, but that knockout by Dijkstalker.
So, no pass, no penalty, but still managed to retain the lead. Abametz is still in the pack. Star in hand, kind of hard to see. Yeah, it is Abametz that's still on track. The pivot is gone to the penalty box, not the jammer.
These packs are very tight as well right now. So one of the things that we saw, track cut penalty assessed to Adele Rainbow. So this is now power jam in favour of Crime. However, Crime yet to complete, Abametz yet to complete that initial pass, Billy, I think.
Indeed, so Abametz working their way through that pack. Crime City, of course, throwing everything into offense at the moment.
Yeah.
They're goading one of Nantes' blockers at the back. Mm-hmm. And Abametz is clear.
Yeah. So this morning in the Rainy game, what I really felt we saw with Nantes was that they did not give Rainy opportunity to build up walls.
Yes.
Right? Their work there was really great. Crime City I feel like they've figured that out. They're not letting Nantes get away with that right now. Right now.
Crime's walls are less like a wall and more like the rotating blades of a blender.
Yeah, I would imagine you'd feel like that inside of it as well, 100%. Del Rainbow back on track and in play, coming in on a scoring pass. Knocked out though by Dijkstalker. Going to recycle back.
We have a 2-minute jam because Ebba Metz wasn't the lead
Yeah.
jammer. Del Rainbow had lead before going to the penalty box. So
Yeah.
it's going to run its course. Nantes on 2 scoring passes coming in for a third. Crime have had 1 scoring pass and are coming in for a second. So Nantes are going to come out of this jam ahead.
Yeah.
Just waiting for those points to go up.
Just looking at Crime there, I didn't feel like there was any urgency again for Ebermetz to get out and really chase those points. Even though Nantes were in that scoring position, I felt like that Crime were quite happy to let them roll with that a little bit. I mean, they scored 11 points there, so first double-digit jam for them in this game. 28 points. But Crime City sitting on 47 points with an 8-point jam. 15 and a half minutes to go, and we're looking like we're getting an official review request from Crime, so we'll be able to update you on that in just one moment. So obviously the KP44Ds from 888 provide low profile protection for maximum mobility and comfort, and of course 888 are our penalty box sponsor this weekend here in lovely Malmo.
I know I do wear those knee pads when I'm announcing and they are very comfortable.
I find when I get low announcing that if I don't have knee pads on, well, she's never getting up. Let's face it.
Just waiting. Yep.
Crime are asking for an illegal exit for the non-jammer.
So Crime are asking for an illegal exit to be issued to the Nantes jammer. Exit from the penalty box, I presume.
Well, I would assume so.
Not like an illegal exit to go out and get some chips.
I would, yeah.
Have a bit of a refresh.
But if you are doing that, get me some too.
Yes, please, with mayonnaise.
Of course, we are in Malmo. So we've got a lot of people standing on our jammer line, waiting for this official review to be decided. And I want to tell you a little bit about our Sucker Punch Skate Shop jammer line. Sucker Punch Skate Shop is the biggest roller derby shop in Europe with fast shipping, largest stock, expert advice at the best price. That's Sucker Punch Skate Shop.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about who our skating and non-skating officials are.
I would love
today.
you to do that.
So we've got non-skating officials Lamesh Tsetse, Kiravi, Beernud, Elbones, Weirdo, Holy Shit, Goosebumps, Pretty Miffed, Dropkick Bruise, Slutty Hearse and Speedy Convalesce. And our skating officials are Victoria Velociraptor, Captain Robius, Junus, Major Buzzkill, Katse Soze, Roland Rat, Taro, and Chuck. Thank you very much to all of our officials and volunteers. And of course the announcers. Thank you very much to our announcers as well.
Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks, me.
You're welcome.
I like the fact that let me go back to our head ref.
No call stands. Crime not obtaining their review.
Okay, so that no call stands. 15 minutes left on the clock of this first half. Now both teams have used up their official review for this half.
Well, we'll get another one when they come back in for the second half, but I hope this decision doesn't come back to bite them a little bit later on.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a case for it, isn't there, though? Like, just
Always.
use it when you really feel like it's necessary. But, yeah, I think I'd be too nervous. It's like deciding where you're going to put your favourite sticker. You don't want to take the back off until you know where it's going. Same thing. Anyway, Vanilla Slice with the star for Crime City. Ziggy Star Pass for Nantes.
Vanilla Slice with one blocker left to beat is your lead jammer, but Ziggy Starpass coming up right behind. Oh, and Ziggy Starpass takes a tumble, putting a little bit of track between Vanilla Slice and Ziggy. Crowder going wild here in the Baltiska Holland. It's very exciting. Vanilla Slice takes 2 points and calls that jam. Crucially holding Nantes to 0 pass.
And you know, I feel like we've seen, like all the jams are super busy, but I feel like that one was an extra quick jam. I felt like the tone was really set there with Ziggy Starpass and that smackdown.
Yep.
And then Vanilla Slice really working to grab those points and shut down Nantes' scoring abilities.
Well, that's Reggae up against Iron Duck. If you've just joined us, Crime City are playing in purple and Nantes are playing in white. We have 14 minutes left on the first period, and the points are currently 28 points to Nantes Roller Derby. Crime City Rollers leading 49 points, 21 point game.
Once again, we're seeing all the action just happening here on pivot line, Billy. Those walls being built again by Crime, really impeding Iron Duck's opportunity to get on through. As Reggae pushes forward, stretches out that pack. Out of play is called. Crime City with the lead once again.
Took more than 30 seconds for that lead to be called, so a really punishing jam both sides. Of course, the AAA penalty box is empty at the moment, so everybody is on track and they all are congealed around those jammers, just making absolutely no headway. Dykestock are coming forward to play offense, try and get Reggae out.
Yeah,
and we've had a star pass, have we?
That's right. Iron Duck has passed to Flash Blondie once again. Flash Blondie out of the pack now. Oh, but we've had a star pass back. Jam came to an end. 4 points picked up by Crime. They shut that down. Now they stand at 53. Nantes at 28.
So we've got 25 points now separating the two teams with 13 minutes left in the first period. So it's not a massive lead. It's not a comfortable lead.
No.
But given that Nantes haven't been racking up too many multiple pass jams, it's quite an ask to expect them to come back.
Perhaps so. Adele Rainbow lead now for Nantes. Ebermetz hot in pursuit though as we come into the pack here into turn one. Adele Rainbow pulls off that jam.
Adele Rainbow managing to pick up 1 point. That's the first point that Nantes have scored in 3 jams.
Right, okay. All right. If we get to those dry spells like that, things can start to really hot up on track, get a bit tasty. Jammers want those points a bit more. Blockers maybe more willing to push those boundaries. But I really feel like Nantes were in control and in charge of that jam as much as possible then.
Ziggy star pass engaging with that Nantes wall. Got Flash Blondie coming forward to play a little bit of offense, but that very experienced front wall of Crime City, again, proving very difficult to get past. Hannah Satana is a new addition to the team this year, coming from Berlin, Bear City Roller Derby. Has been a linchpin in the defence this weekend, for sure.
Well, up front we have MacGyver. Well, they're all working here at keeping Vanilla Slice at bay. We're in between on the straightaway between turns 2 and 3. 2 very distinct packs once again.
Vanilla Slice finally out and gets called lead 55 seconds into that jam.
Yeah. Once again though, Billy, it's Dykstalker, the blocker for Crime, really doing that work to spring jammers free, to keep jammers at bay. You really just see Dyke absolutely everywhere in that pack.
Yeah, absolutely. A triple threat, because I've seen Dykstalker take the star as well and do some cracking work as a jammer.
Mm-hmm. It's lovely to see.
It really is.
You know, great awareness around all of the happenings.
Haven't seen Adrenalines on the jam line for a couple of jams.
I think quite a while. We've maybe only had 1 jam with Adrenalines.
How many jams has Adrenalines had?
We're checking in with our excellent producer, Smash, as we come into this one. Iron Duck with the star for Nantes. Reggae for Crime. Iron Duck lead jammer for Nantes. First time in a while, or maybe 2 jams since...
only 2 jams.
Yeah.
But again, it's how much Nantes are capitalising on those jams with lead jammer status.
100%. Rhino with that knockout on Nantes jammer forces the recycle back. So again, we're stuck in the sticky place just into turn 1.
Iron Duck just waiting for Reggae to get as close as possible before calling that jam, because Nantes obviously wanting their blockers to have as much time as possible to clear that penalty box. 2 in the box is going to make it a little bit more challenging to get their jammer out.
And Flashy Strike being one of those blockers in the penalty box wearing the pivot.
Yeah.
So really key player to get out the 888 penalty box.
And team timeout being called by Nantes. I think that's a good call at this point for Nantes to give them a little bit of time to catch their breath.
Yeah. I also really appreciate the benches for Nantes, the benches use of the clock strategically, and I've seen that quite a lot of times. And I don't know whether it's strategic as in timing everything to the second, or whether it's more around a little bit of psychological work against the opposing team.
I think it could be a little from column A and a little from column B, to be honest.
But I see it and I appreciate it.
Yes. We do. We love to see the tactics. We love to see the strategy.
Show me the tic-tacs. That's what I want. So Toulouse are going to champs, Billy.
Toulouse are going to champs, one way or another.
Yeah.
Toulouse are going to champs.
And the winner of this game going to champs.
So we have at least one French team in championships for the first time, like ever.
Like ever.
Like ever.
Yeah. And that makes me really excited. Could we see a French final tomorrow?
We could.
I want to speculate about everything and also nothing at the same time.
So a pack advantage to Crime City starting this next jam. It's a Del Rainbow with the star for Nantes up against Ebba Metz for Crime City. Only 2 blockers on track. Crime have 4 on track. They're going to look to make a space for Ebba Metz to get through.
But look out there, it's Dead and Green Bergen, the only blockers on track for Nantes, are doing some fantastic work as a slowdown as Flashy Strike returns to play. Now looking to spring their own jammer free of the Crime City clutches. Star pass has been done to Flashy Strike. However, Flashy Strike has dropped the star off track and is still fighting down the straightaway, not aware here that star is no longer on helmet. Ebba Metz, meanwhile, hitting that pack just after turn 2, going to be forced back and recycled by Dead.
Dead went back a little bit too far then.
Yeah, they'll be sitting in the penalty box, and Ebba Metz re-engages with the non-blockers once again.
Flashy Strike now has the jammer star. Just as Flashy Strike was about to approach the pack on a scoring pass.
And Crime picking up 7 points there before calling off the jam. We've got 8 minutes and 1 second. Well, it was when I said it. Just under 8 minutes of this first half left. Nantes Roller Derby 33, Crime on 64, so now over the double mark. Is that still a comfortable lead to take into the half?
It's certainly a good cushion to take into the half, with the fact that Nantes have not been rocking up those big jams.
Yeah.
But if something were to happen with penalties in the next half, that would mean that Crime had fewer blockers on track, that they might not be able to capitalise. Oh, and a cut track penalty being issued to Ziggy Star Pass, a power jam to Vanilla Slice.
Yeah. Maybe this is the fill-in that Crime City were looking for that cushion.
Perhaps. It's a plump cushion.
Well, it's going to get plumper. Vanilla Slice pushing forward, Nantes holding at the turn 2. Have to let Vanilla go. Dropping back now on the pickup between jam and pivot line.
Ziggy Star Pass stood in the penalty box with less than 10 seconds left to serve on that penalty. Vanilla Slice on a third scoring pass is another 4 in the sky for Vanilla. 12 points and counting, but Ziggy Star Pass bursts out of that penalty box and through that pack, so a 4th scoring pass is going to have to be enough for Vanilla Slice. 16-point jam for Crime.
Lovely.
And the home crowd are loving this.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Really smart jamming as well. Great call-off information from the bench. That worked seamlessly. So Crime now at 80, Nantes on 33. And we've got Iron Duck once again on the Sucker Punch Skate Shop jam line.
Reggae with the start for Crime City. Vilda coming forward to play some offense. And Reggae is your lead jammer. Iron Duck struggling in that pack as Crime City revolve those blades of the blender yet again. Oh, nice footwork there from Reggae, managing to stay upright and inbounds. So a first scoring pass completed.
Yeah.
Nice little bit of toe stop work there by Reggae.
Yeah, Iron Duck with the handoff of the starter, Flashy Strike. Flashy Strike picked up though quite easily by Nasty. Recovers and manages to get through to complete this initial. So Reggae already on a second scoring pass and choosing to call the jam, Billy.
So 4 more pints. I think that's wishful thinking on my part there. 4 more points going up for Crime City.
Yeah.
An 8-point jam. Crime have had lead in the last 3 jams, and that randomly has been the longest lead streak that we've had in this game so far. It feels very much like Crime City are dominating because they're dominating in the scores.
Yeah, yeah, and they're forcing those call-offs when Nantes do have leads, so it's not feeling, like you said before, not really struggling to capitalise when they do have the lead because they're not able to run it long.
I'll be interested to have a look at the penalty boards and see what's going on there. Whether the second half might have a different complexion than the first.
Well, Adele Rainbow ending the Crime City lead streak by picking that up for Nantes. Completes the initial, but knocked out and recycled back to jam line by Crime.
And knocked out yet again and forced to recycle. D. Mauer with the drawback for Crime.
Not calling off the jam. I feel a little bit like some of the non-blockers are a little bit lost in their place in the positioning right now. When Crime are really on their full swarm around their jammer, it's where do they position themselves to disrupt that?
Right. I see what you're saying.
And also support their own jammer. And I'm wondering whether we'll see a bit of a refresh on that after the half-time period.
So that's Ziggy Star Pass up against Ebum. No, it's Vanilla Slice at the start for Crime City.
Yeah. Hannah Stanner though, one up against Ziggy Star Pass at the top of that pack to try and slow down the inevitable exit.
Yaz, the pivot for Crime City, forming back up into a wall, but a nice little bit of offense there by the Nantes blockers. And Ziggy Star Pass calls off the jam. So 4 points on the board for Nantes. Taking them up to 41, they're still 47 points behind Crime City at this point. And we have 2.5 minutes left in this first period. We've got Reggae and we've got Iron Duck. And we've got 3 blockers for each team on track at the moment.
That's right, we have got people seated in the 888 penalty box.
Oh, nice little knockout there by, was that Flashy Strike? No, it was
Buzz.
Flash Blondie.
Yeah, Buzz and Flash Blondie.
But Reggae is your lead jammer for Crime City. And another star pass, that's Flash Blondie with the star now for Nantes. Hoping to hold Crime City to a single scoring pass.
Well, Buzz with the S score out on Crime City's jammer certainly helped call that jam off.
So 2 points picked up by Nantes there, nice little steal.
Yeah.
Crime City in control of the jam, but not in control of the Nantes jammer.
And I wonder, is this the first time that Crime haven't scored? They've had.
No, Crime scored 3 points on that jam.
Oh, you know what? Ignore me.
I try.
Oh. Crime City on 91, Nantes on 43. We've got 1 minute 18 left of this first period.
Vanilla Slice is your lead jammer. Adele Rainbow still stuck in that pack. Nantes doing their best to disrupt the Crime City defence. But Vanilla Slice forcing that pack further and further forward, takes the points and keeps on going. Another star pass. That's gone to Flashy Strike again. So Nantes have made quite a lot of effective use of the star pass where they've not been able to get their jammers out. And Vanilla takes instruction from the bench and calls that jam. We've had 3 star passes to Flashy Strike.
Yeah. Certainly the pivot of note for Nantes and go to pass that star, and I do like the fact that they're obviously well versed in doing that when they don't get lead jammer. Right now Ziggy Star Pass will be looking for that highest accolade in a jam. You're going to be shut down though by Crime, who are certainly not wanting to open the door too easily.
Especially not when you've got Yaz there in the pivot stripe. Woo! But Ziggy Star Pass is your lead jammer. Reggae being taken to the inside and forced to reset. As Ziggy Star Pass comes around for a first scoring pass. Takes the points. 4 going up there for Ziggy Star Pass. Reggae still in that pack.
And Crime really looking to concentrate on Ziggy and keep that progress slow where possible. Obviously Ziggy is in the driving seat, Billy, so can call off this jam at any point. Period clock has ended, it's just the jam clock now for this half. The Ziggy wanting to try and go, I imagine, into the half time with a double digit maybe, or at least a multi-pass score in their pocket.
But of course Ziggy knows that no matter how much effort goes into this jam, they've got a break coming up.
Yeah.
But no, it was, I think, a little bit too much. Ziggy looks quite winded.
Well, it's a really tough physical game that both teams are playing out on track this evening after a long day.
It's been actually the first multi-pass jam since Jam 9.
Whoosh! That was 8 points for Nantes as we go into the halftime. So Nantes Roller Derby 51, Crime City Rollers 98. We'll be back with you in just under 14 minutes time. We'd love it if you join us again for the second half of this Crime City Rollers Nantes Roller Derby game.
Extravaganza.
Sure,
why not?
Skill Fest. We'll see you then. Goodbye.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised. The 888 certified Sweat Saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor, giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We've got you.
Hi, this is Dan from S1 Helmets. We're in the testing lab today testing our new shock-absorbing sizing liners, the RAD liners. RAD foam reduces, absorbs, and disperses energy. With the creation of the RAD liners, we sought to change the single purpose of a traditional sizing liner and not only make it a sizing liner, but also a sweat absorber and impact reducer. S1 RAD liners feature our proprietary special blend of foam that add an additional layer of impact reduction built into the sizing liner that reduce, absorb, and disperse impact energy away from the head when impacted. Lab tests show that depending on the impact, RAD liners reduced impact energy an additional 7.5 to 16.5%, averaging 12% energy reduction to the head in all liners tested. RAD liners are sized just like our standard sizing liners and fit into all S1 Lifer helmets and are covered in a sweat-absorbing, hand-washable terry cloth fabric. S1 RAD liners, next level protection.
Ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Tired of second guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step on the track? Then Crash Course is for you. We turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks, you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks, your footwork will get you to the line faster. And in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Scan this QR code to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised. The 888 certified sweat saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor, giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try for yourself. We've got you.
Hi, this is Dan from S1 Helmets. We're in the testing lab today testing our new shock-absorbing sizing liners, the RAD liners. RAD foam reduces, absorbs, and disperses energy. With the creation of the RAD liners, we sought to change the single purpose of a traditional sizing liner and not only make it a sizing liner, but also a sweat absorber and impact reducer. S1 RAD liners feature our proprietary special blend of foam that add an additional layer of impact reduction built into the sizing liner that reduce, absorb, and disperse impact energy away from the head when impacted. Lab tests show that depending on the impact, RAD liners reduced impact energy an additional 7.5% to 16.5%, averaging 12% energy reduction to the head in all liners tested. RAD liners are sized just like our standard sizing liners and fit into all S1 Lifer helmets and are covered in a sweat-absorbing, hand-washable terry cloth fabric. S1 RAD liners, next level protection.
Ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Tired of second guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step on the track? Then Crash Course is for you. We turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks, you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks, your footwork will get you to the line faster. And in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Scan this QR code to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, Wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised. The 888 certified sweat saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor, giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We've got you.
Hi, this is Dan from S1 Helmets. We're in the testing lab today testing our new shock-absorbing sizing liners, the RAD liners. RAD foam reduces, absorbs, and disperses energy. With the creation of the RAD liners, we sought to change the single purpose of a traditional sizing liner and not only make it a sizing liner, but also a sweat absorber and impact reducer. S1 RAD liners feature our proprietary special blend of foam that add an additional layer of impact reduction built into the sizing liner that reduce, absorb, and disperse impact energy away from the head when impacted. Lab tests show that depending on the impact, RAD liners reduced impact energy an additional 7.5% to 16.5%, averaging 12% energy reduction to the head in all liners tested. RAD liners are sized just like our standard sizing liners and fit into all S1 Lifer helmets and are covered in a sweat-absorbing, hand-washable terry cloth fabric. S1 RAD liners, next level protection.
Ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Tired of second-guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step on the track? Then Crash Course is for you. We turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks, you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks, your footwork will get you to the line faster. And in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Scan this QR code to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win.
Whoop.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised. The 888 certified sweat saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor, giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We've got you.
Hi, this is Dan from S1 Helmets. We're in the testing lab today testing our new shock-absorbing sizing liners, the RAD liners. RAD foam reduces, absorbs, and disperses energy. With the creation of the RAD liners, we sought to change the single purpose of a traditional sizing liner and not only make it a sizing liner, but also a sweat absorber and impact reducer. S1 RAD liners feature our proprietary special blend of foam that add an additional layer of impact reduction built into the sizing liner that reduce, absorb, and disperse impact energy away from the head when impacted. Lab tests show that depending on the impact, RAD liners reduced impact energy an additional 7.5% to 16.5%, averaging 12% energy reduction to the head in all liners tested. RAD liners are sized just like our standard sizing liners and fit into all S1 Lifer helmets and are covered in a sweat-absorbing, hand-washable terry cloth fabric. S1 RAD liners, next level protection.
Ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Tired of second-guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step on the track? Then Crash Course is for you. We turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks, you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks, your footwork will get you to the line faster. And in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Scan this QR code to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win.
Oh, look at the beautiful crowd that we've got with us here in sunny Malmo. Billy.
Sunny Malmo. I believe we're about to head into rainy Malmo. The forecast is for rain for this evening, I think.
Yes.
But yes, there were a couple of voices in that crowd that were identifiable.
Yes, there were, weren't they?
Familiar.
Yeah, there always is. Wherever I go, I find people shouting at me.
So, crime. We're just going to talk a little bit about how things have panned out in the first half.
Let me know.
Right, so Crime City have had lead in 12 jams.
Mm-hmm.
Nantes have had lead in 10 jams.
Okay.
But Crime City Rollers are on 98 points.
Yes.
Nantes Roller Derby are on 51 points.
Yeah. Why would that be?
I think it's possibly because they're getting more multi-passes in. So Vanilla Slice on Crime City Rollers, they scored 47 of those 98 points.
Okay.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is, 100%.
Absolutely. It's been Ziggy Starpass who's been the biggest scorer for Nantes with 23 points. Also kind of roughly half of the points.
Yeah. And are penalties playing a part in this, do we think? Or is it really around those multi-pass opportunities that we're not seeing Nantes taking?
Well,
I know that
like
they've got.
Of the penalties that we've had so far, nobody's in real penalty trouble.
Yeah.
Only Nantes have had jammer penalties so far. We've just cursed that now. So Crime City jammer is bound to go to the bin within seconds.
Yeah. Well,
but I think that might have had more of an impact on the score.
Yeah. I'm with you. Well, we're back into it now with this second half. Ziggy Starpass has got the start for Nantes. Held at the back of the pack though, has been recycled already once. Vanilla Slice pushing forward once again. It's like a redo of Jam 1 in the first half. Everything's happening here between turn 1 and into the apex before turn 2. Both jammers fighting for that spot of lead jammer. But it is Vanilla Slice who finds it first. Nearly 50 seconds into the jam, Billy.
Oh, and Ziggy Starpass having picked up a cut track penalty. It is a power jam.
Yeah.
In favour of Vanilla Slice and Crime City. Dyke Stalker comes back to play offense to get Vanilla Slice out. Vanilla running into that defensive wall at Nantes calls the jam to start in a power start position. So only 2 points going up on that.
Only 2 points, but Crime City now reaching the 100 mark.
Oh yeah.
And I think, Billy, this is the point as well. Like they're now 49 points ahead. They can, end jams, have nice power starts going for them, protect that lead, because ultimately all points lead to championships.
Indeed. So whoever wins this game will definitely be going to championships. Whoever loses this game still has a chance, but will have to play London in the penultimate game of this tournament. And this was actually the first power start that we've seen this game.
Oh, hello.
So most of the jammer penalties have been on Nantes, and they've resulted in, they've just kept going. Crime have kept going. They've kept going round and round. They've picked up all the points.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, the Crime City bench and Vanilla Slice called that last one to ice the Nantes jammer in the box.
Yeah.
Ziggy Star Pass now out of the box and has just completed that initial pass.
Yeah.
Reggae calls the jam before
Yeah.
any chance to score points.
Yeah, interesting. 4 points picked up by Crime City. Nantes held to 0 and sensed a bit of frustration in that pack there as well with the non-jammer. And Crime City will be more than happy with that.
I believe they will.
Because, jammers under pressure make bigger, more easily called penalties.
And we've got number 17 up against number 017. That's Iron Duck for Nantes up against Ebamet for Crime City Rollers. And again, all of the action taking place around the pivot line into turn 1.
Yeah.
Nobody is going anywhere fast.
Iron Duck always moving in the pack, trying to find those spaces. I don't feel like I ever see her being very still. Ebamet does pick up lead. Iron Duck being pinned now by Crime City blockers to the outside of the apex turn 1 and 2. Passes the star to Flash Blondie, number 66.
That was a hard fought star pass. Ebamet calls the jam before Flash Blondie has a chance to score any points. So 4 more on the board for Crime City Rollers. Just extending that lead, just increasing the pressure on Nantes, turning the screw a little bit every jam.
And at this point, no real need for them to go into any kind of multi-pass territory either. So keeping it clean, reducing that risk of your jammer picking up a penalty and having a power jam that's not in your favour. So I feel like they're quite happy to pass and pout.
So rather unlike the last jam that Vanilla Slice started, managed to pick up lead inside of 3 seconds for Crime City Rollers.
Del Rainbow at the back of this pack passes the star to 035. That is Flashy Strike. Flashy Strike now in the mix here. Held behind Vanilla Slice, but Flashy Strike off to the penalty box. Was it 4 amps penalty, Billy? Did you catch that?
I did not catch.
Yeah, we'll check in with that. But either way, Flashy Strike not actually jammer. That is Adele Rainbow. So once again, a star pass that perhaps didn't quite go as they wanted it to in the first half. We did see that star pass was happening just as pivot was being called out of play or pack was being called out of play, and so they had to return to the original jammer. And again, we saw something not quite working out the way. However, it does work out for Nantes in this way. Their jammer's not in the penalty box.
Indeed.
So
we've had 4 jams so far. We're about to head into jam 5. Crime City, crucially, have taken lead in every jam in the second half, and they've had 100% of the leads.
Reggae certainly not letting that one, not letting that record go here. Coming in, Ziggy Star Pass though in hot pursuit, and Reggae choosing to call the jam.
No points scored by either side. That's the first no-point jam we've had this half, for sure. I think we've only had a couple in the first half as well. Nul point.
Well, let's see who's lining up now on the Sucker Punch Skate Shot jam line. We've got an official review being called by Nantes.
And again, it's very early in the half for that official review to be used, so we'll find out in a moment.
We will have an official review.
I mean, we're feeling like it's early in the half, but if they're super confident that it's a good review, a good official review, then
yeah, if it's a good official review, then they retain it. They can use it again.
Yeah.
I'd want to be confident, I think. But then I'm quite cautious.
We're back to the sticker thing, Billy.
We are.
You and I are not made for calling official reviews.
Nantes have yet to score this half.
Yes, that is going to be tricky for them if they want to win.
I did kind of think that, we've been playing for 2-3 minutes, but I've just looked at the clock and it's actually been 6 minutes.
Yeah.
It's quite a long time to not have any points.
But they've had lead in this half. Am I right? I'm looking at my producer.
No, they've had 100%. Crime's had 100%.
Crime's had 100% lead in this half. So not really just haven't had that opportunity because Crime's been...
Not requesting a back block with the crying jammer.
So from Victoria Velociraptor, who's our head ref, Nantes are requesting a back block penalty be issued to the crime jammer.
Yeah, so not just really not been in that position because Crime City have been able to shut that down at every single opportunity. Crime obviously going to be quite happy with that status quo. It's what Nantes do now to respond to that.
No call stands, official review not retained.
So if you heard that, I'm not sure if you picked that up on the ambient mic, but the no call will stand and Nantes have lost their official review for the half. Nantes still have 2 more opportunities to stop the clock if they need to.
Nantes were requesting a back block penalty on the Crime City jammer at the end of the last jam, but the rest of the screen do not retain their official review.
We've got Iron Duc up against Ebba Metz again.
Yep, it's that redo all over again. Ebba Metz pushing forward on that inside, picks up a penalty. So this is now Power Jam in favour of Iron Duc and the opportunity Nantes have been waiting for. Iron Duc lead jammer for Nantes, the first time in this game.
The first jammer penalty that Crime have had. I knew that as soon as we said that, the tide would turn.
Well, let's see how Nantes can capitalise on this now. Iron Duc taking the outside of turn 2, moving inside, being escorted to the inside of the track.
Really nice blocking work there by Di Mauer as Rhino goes to take a seat in the penalty box. But Ebba Metz is already released and back on track.
Iron Duc looking for an in, but Crime's blockers all over this. Finally, Iron Duc makes it out. 4 points picked up for Nantes.
Iron Duc breaking the duck for Nantes in this half.
Coming in again now for a second scoring pass. All the action happening between turns 2 and 3 on that straightaway.
Yeah, as the pivot for Crime City coming forward to play some offense, but Ebba Metz forced to reset. Ebba Metz now clear of the pack on that initial pass. Iron Duc on a second scoring pass. And Iron Duc calls that just as Ebba Metz was about to score. So a 2-pass jam for Iron Duc and Nantes.
Nice to see it. I'm glad that Iron Duc was there and able to really just keep on going because Crime's blockers really have got that art of being able to pin and push to a tee. So the escort onto either inside or outside line and then just pinning and pushing until you're out of play, off the track, whatever. And Iron Duc able to stay really strong in the face of that, to be honest.
Vanilla Slice picks up lead jammer status for Crime City within 5 seconds of that whistle. Adele Rainbow with the star in hand.
Well, Adele Rainbow dancing at the back of the pack, moves forward, finds it up at the front. One left to pass, that was Dyke Stalker, got on through, completed the initial.
4 more points back up on the board for Crime City. So currently the points stand, Nantes Roller Derby on 59 points, Crime City Rollers on 116, and we have 21 minutes left in this game. Who's on the jam line? That's Reggae, and that is Stiggy Starpass.
Yeah, all lined up nice and neat on the Sucker Punch Skate Shop jam line.
One blocker currently sitting in the penalty box for Crime. And Ziggy Starpass has lead jammer status for Nantes. Bit of a resurgence for Nantes.
Yeah.
They're getting a little bit of momentum behind them now.
Ziggy Starpass pushing forward here against the 2-wall from Crime. Makes it through, picks up some lovely points. Reggae held to the back, now pushing forward to complete that initial buzz though with the knockdown. Gonna come again for the pickup.
And currently Ziggy Starpass on a 2-pass jam, coming around for a third scoring pass. Reggae only now getting liberated from the Nantes pack, and they're down to 2 blockers on track. Ziggy Starpass watches the bench, calls the jam before Reggae has a chance to score.
Yeah. And again, really nice awareness from the non-bench in terms of when to call off, maximising that amount of time, and a lovely 10 points. So first double-digit pass?
First double-digit pass for Nantes this half.
Lovely.
And one of their biggest jams
Yeah.
to date.
69 plays 116 in favour of Crime City.
Nice.
Yes, indeed. And we've got 19 and a half minutes left of this second half.
That is Vanilla Slice with the start for Crime City up against Iron Duc for Nantes, and Vanilla Slice is your lead jammer. An attempted star pass from Iron Duc.
Yeah, that's to flashy strike the pivot. Not able to do it here because Crime just shutting down any movement that Iron Duc's able to make. Flashy strike desperately trying to get into a position where this can work out. And Iron Duc are actually picking up a high block.
Oh dear.
So this will be power jam in favour of Crime City.
And Vanilla Slice being Crime's single biggest scorer all day, has already racked up 2 scoring passes before Iron Duc went to the penalty box. Currently the only jammer on track. Crime City opting to goat one of Nantes blockers in the back and leave Vanilla Slice to deal with those blockers all alone. Vanilla Slice up to the challenge, has 12 points and counting, coming around for a 4th scoring pass.
And Buzz going to sit in the 888 penalty box for Nantes. Was really drawn quite far out of play by Vanilla Slice, chasing down, trying to slow down Crime's jammer, and ended up with a penalty.
So this is the biggest jam we've seen this half.
Yeah.
Vanilla coming around for a 5th scoring pass.
Iron Duc just now standing in the 888 penalty box as Vanilla Slice completes that pass, taking it up to 20 points in this jam so far. And Iron Duc now returning to track, coming into a playing position.
And another 4 points going up on the board for Vanilla Slice. 10 seconds left on the clock. Are we going to make it the biggest jam that we've had this weekend?
Maybe.
Oh, Vanilla Slice loses footing coming around turn 3. And that jam times out. 1 more point going up on the board for Vanilla Slice and Crime City.
I feel like that's tied with the biggest jam of the tournament because we had a 25 in the Stockholm Crime game earlier, but I can't remember, but I will remember and I'll let you know. But I think it's a tie, that's what I'm saying quite confidently. But that does take Crime City onto 141, Nantes now on 69, or held at 69.
Ebba Metz with the star for Crime City picks up lead jammer status right off the whistle. Adele Rainbow is also clear of the pack though, as Ebba Metz comes around to score.
But look at the speed of these packs right now, Billy. We're seeing not just the fast and furious footwork from all of these skaters and skills and hits at speed, but now Crime also putting it on the burners once Adele Rainbow was out of the pack and in any kind of scoring position.
Crime City really starting to celebrate at this point. They're feeling that that cushion that they have is giving them something to...
Some comfort?
Yeah, it's a plump cushion.
Yeah, medium to firm. Ziggy star pass with the star for Oh.
MacGyver losing their footing then. Oh, hello. Backblock penalty being issued to the Crime City jammer. Ziggy Starpass then eligible to pick up lead coming through that pack. And Ziggy Starpass has been Nantes' biggest scorer, so a good position for Nantes to be in. And a lovely pass there. Makes short work of the Crime City defence then.
And I'd like to see some double-digit scoring here from Nantes, and I think this is exactly the time, the moment for them to be able to do this with that power jam in their favour. However, Crime not going to give up too easily. on making sure Ziggy has a hard time getting past that pack.
No, Nasty and Vilda are not going to make it easy for you, are they? Oh, and we have a power jam switcheroo. Ziggy Star Pass picking up a penalty. I didn't see what the signal was, but Reggae now the only jammer on track and racking up points.
A misconduct penalty issued to Ziggy Star Pass.
So Reggae coming around for a second scoring pass. Hannah Satana nearly losing footing over Reggae then.
Yeah, you know, we're operating in these small spaces right here, right now, and we're seeing, we were talking earlier about that pin and push that Crime do. It doesn't leave a lot of space if you lose your footing there.
So if one goes down, they all go down.
Yeah, yeah. And Ziggy Star Pass going down there with a huge hit.
Oh, and a full scoring pass going up there for Ziggy Star Pass.
Even Stevens on the jam points, Billy.
So far, but one more point picked up there by Reggae.
Aha.
So just pipping them. So Nantes are now currently at exactly half the points
Yes.
of Crime City Rollers. 77.
Yeah, 77.
That's a very big ask.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think we've got 13 and a half minutes left. No longer have a official review available to them in this half of the game.
I'm just trying to get information.
That's right. But they do still have one more opportunity to stop the clock if they need to.
Tell me what the highest scoring
Yeah.
game of the weekend was until finalist size of 25. So I feel like that must be
So-
the highest one so far.
In the first half, we saw fairly even Stevens on the leads. But in the second half, Crime City have really come. I don't know what they did at half time, but they came out all guns blazing.
Oranges.
Oranges. is
Orange
that what it is?
slices,
Orange
100%.
slices, yeah. Crime City have had 8 of the leads, and Nantes have only had 3.
Yeah. And that story's been played out in the scoreline that we see, Billy.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, Nantes have had a phenomenal tournament here this weekend, being long yesterday, rainy this morning to get to this point. And I don't think this scoreline should take anything away from that, because they've been a phenomenal team to watch this weekend, and their power and passion on track has been unmatched.
It has. And don't forget that they do still, this isn't the end of the tournament for Nantes. If they lose this match, they go on to play for the 3rd place.
Yeah.
They still have the opportunity to get to champs.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
So-
not, the door's not completely shut.
It absolutely is not. And I would be gutted if it was, to be honest, because they've pulled some incredible roller derby out of the bag this weekend.
Yeah.
And I would frankly love to see them get to champs.
Iron Duck with the star for Nantes made it out of the pack here, putting on the burners now as we go into turn 2. Vanilla Slice pushing on, but Iron Duck looking to get some points, and I think may have done it. Oh no, did not do it.
4 more going up for Vanilla Slice, though.
Yeah. And you're quite right about tomorrow's game. They'll be playing London.
They'll be playing London. If they lose this game, they'll be
Yes.
playing London.
Yeah.
So there is still an opportunity for champs
Yeah.
open to Nantes. And we're definitely going to have one French team.
Yes, exactly, which is super exciting. Ebermetz with the star now for Crime. Adele Rainbow for Nantes. Ebermetz being held at the back, not something we see that often, Billy. Just held a pivot line.
Of course, Crime City having to commit blockers to the bridge, stretching that pack further and further forward. They have to let Adele Rainbow go.
Well, Adele
Nice.
Rainbow is on a scoring pass though, right? Lead jammer for Nantes.
Massive drawback there from Dyke-Stoker, taking Adele Rainbow all the way back behind the jam line. This is the first lead that Adele Rainbow has had this half for Nantes. And we're on jam 13. We've had a star pass. It's gone to Dyke-Stoker, and Adele Rainbow calls that jam immediately. So 4 points going up for Nantes. Much needed 4 points. This was actually the first time we've seen a star pass from Crime
Oh,
this game.
right, okay.
Yeah.
That tells us something, doesn't it, there? It's like things haven't worked out on track for them quite that well, or the way that they might have wanted it to. And so passing that star just removes the blockage that they find themselves in. But they've not found themselves in it that often. Ziggy Starpuss out of the starting line. So quick there, Billy, to pick up lead.
Reggae with the star in hand at the front, pushing against that Nantes wall, and they're out of play. They have to let Reggae go. Ziggy Star pass on a first scoring pass, taking a knock to the outside there by Rhino. Drawn all the way back by Spino and calls the jam before Reggae has a chance to score.
Well, I've had a message from my sources. 25 is the record so far this
Crime City Rollers fans have found the tambourine that we confiscated off them the last time we had a tournament.
Good job they haven't found the trumpets. And you know, if you're looking for a fantastic piece of artwork for your home, or maybe a gift for a friend who loves roller skating and roller derby just as much as you, don't forget to check out createandskatefactory.com or find them on Instagram and Facebook, Create and Skate Factory. It is a passion project by Jukebox, and every sale supports a fellow skater.
We've got Vanilla Slice with the star up against Iron Duck. Vanilla Slice with your lead jammer status for Crime City. And the AAA penalty box is empty at the moment.
Yeah, all that action on track. And Billy, once again, turn one, really getting all of the action in this game. Full stop, I think. Vanilla Slice looking to pull people forward as Iron Duck has made it out of the pack, puts into a scoring position, and Bench sends down the message to call. And Crime City shutting down any opportunities once again for Nantes to score.
Vanilla Slice, being an incredibly successful jammer for Crime City, has in fact had a 100% lead in this half.
Nice.
Nantes Roller Derby on 83 points, Crime City Rollers on 162, and we have just over 9 minutes left in this game.
Del Rainbow with the star for Ebermetz for Crime City. Ebermetz pushing forward, looking for those spaces. Number 53, Buzz, in close attendance here, has not begun to bridge out, but Ebermetz able to push on through, picks up lead. Adele Rainbow was pulled back between jam and pivot line, and once again knocked into the inside. Ebermetz putting on those burners, Billy, to get on through and complete that initial pass, scoring pass super quick.
So there was a little bit of an unfortunate incident there for Nantes. They committed one blocker back to the bridge, but the blocker had picked up a penalty before dropping back into that bridge.
Yeah.
So leaving the track meant that the rest of the pack was out of play, and they picked up another penalty.
Oosh.
One of those things.
Yeah. Ebermetz keeps on rolling here. Del Rainbow coming up against the might of those Crime City blockers. Yas with the knockdown, and Adele Rainbow picks up a penalty.
Didn't see what the penalty was.
So this will be a power jam start for Crime City Rollers going into the next jam. And Billy, that was a 14 point jam for Crime City Rollers, but none also able to pick up 4 along the way. So slowly they are chipping towards the 100 mark.
They are. They're only 13 points off at this. Now that jam was quite the jam for both teams. We ended up with 6 penalties being issued.
Oh,
one
my
of them
goodness.
being a jammer penalty.
Yeah.
Crime City now calling a timeout. And I think they probably need a bit of a breather.
Well, quite. I mean, we've got 7.5 minutes left of this second half. It feels like, it's probably felt like one of the quickest games that we've actually seen this weekend in terms of the amount of time that's gone by. And I think, in part, those official reviews being used up quite early has meant that, you know, it's just that's not been a part of the conversation later on in the half. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
When we traditionally see bench managers starting to think about do you want to review that? They've been used and gone in that first half, so for the first,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying.
Thank you.
So that was Crime City's first timeout. They did use their official review in the first period. So I figured they had the momentum behind them. They've not felt the need to take that break. That's the first time. That obviously being quite a penalty heavy jam, they probably just wanted to take a little bit of time and reset. And this is, I believe, only the second power start of the game.
Yeah. Adele Rainbow is sitting in the 888 penalty box, joined by a blocker as well from Nantes. So slightly lighter pack out on track for Vanilla Slice to spin around.
Well, who are you going to put on in a power jam start?
Yeah, Vanilla Slice every single time. Vanilla Slice coming in again, jukes around Greenbergen to pick up 4 lovely points.
Tasty, tasty points. Vanilla Slice coming in for a second scoring pass as the jammer is standing in the penalty box for Nantes.
Adele Rainbow returns to play, picked up easily by the Crime City blockers at the back, goes in, looks to block out Vanilla Slice, does so successfully and wants to do the drawback. Vanilla Slice checks in with a bench.
Vanilla now just looking at the clock.
Yeah. Again, this serves Crime City Rollers very well. They are in the winning position in all ways, in points, and time is on their side. Nantes, perhaps, if they want to get to that 100 mark, would perhaps want to be scoring. And we're definitely not doing this when we're in standstill roller derby. So you can see now Vanilla Slice stood to the side of the track between turns 2 and 3 on the straightaway. And Adele Rainbow, the jammer for Nantes, just outside of turn 2, and literally everybody standing.
But with the 77-point lead, Crime City can basically do whatever they like.
Yeah. And Crime City then finally choosing to rush the pack here.
Vanilla Slice coming in slightly behind Adele Rainbow. Having made 2 full scoring passes, just as Adele Rainbow was hitting the back of that pack and could potentially score, that's when Vanilla calls that jam. So, still a 77-point lead, heading into the last 5.5 minutes of this game.
A little bit of positioning on that jam line, that Sucker Punch Skate Shop jam line, for the jammers looking to get their most preferred space. And of course we've got 1-8 Ziggy Star Pass with the star for Nantes.
The referees are getting together in the middle. This is a referee huddle. You see zebras like this in the wild sometimes, gathering around the waterhole in their black and white stripes. Just having a little conflab.
I feel like since I feel like we're in a rewind position right here, right now. Is it 2015?
It might be 2015, I'm not sure. Well, you can see that the truck pair are coming out to do the pivot line, and that is exactly where all of the action in this game has been. So I'm not surprised that the pivot line needs a little bit of attention. It's had a bruising.
Yeah, I feel like we spent a lot of time hanging out in turn 1 and 2 today.
Yep, you can see by the colour of the track tape.
Yes. So here we are, 18-18 Ziggy Star Pass on that Sugar Punch Skate Shop jam line, joined by number 56 Reggae. And blockers now also jostling for position.
Who's
in
jostling?
That space.
I didn't see that name on the rosters.
You wouldn't know.
Right.
Both jammers being crowded out by their opposing blocking teams. And once again, what we're seeing here is not a lot of support for the jammer. It's like, you're on your own, kid. You always have been, especially when they're looking at trying to stop that opposing jammer. But it is Ziggy Starpass who gets out first to pick up lead for Nantes.
And a star pass. That's Yaz taking the star there from Reggae. Slick. We haven't seen the star pass happening very much from Crime City. I suppose they haven't needed to.
Yeah.
but they've done it then. They've held Ziggy Starpass to a single scoring pass. And this is how you win games.
Yes, absolutely. 4 points picked up by Nantes there, Billy.
Absolutely. I have to say, this game has very much been a case of Crime City winning rather than Nantes losing. Nantes have played a very strong game.
Oh, 100%.
Their blocking is incredible, but Crime City today have just got the wind in their sails and they're just going.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like they had a very clear plan in the first half that Nantes perhaps just didn't have the answers to, and that's completely fine because you are learning all the time in roller derby. You're learning new tactics, you're learning how to respond to different teams and the way that they play, you know, and Nantes have had the opportunity to do this. Vanilla Slice, lead jammer, and again, that door, that window of champness is still open for them, Billy.
And we've had a star pass from Nantes, and it's Flashy Strike with the star as Vanilla Slice picks up 4 points. Vanilla again just watching that positioning and calling the jam before Flashy has a chance to put anything up on the board. Crime City Rollers on 188 points and Nantes Roller Derby on 91.
We've got 3 minutes left of this final half.
I think it would take something like a meteor strike at this point for Nantes to win the game.
Yeah, well, here's hoping. I did see the sky earlier. It looked pretty black, but I'm hoping it's not meteors.
That's Adele Rainbow with the star for Nantes up against Ebba Metz for Crime City.
Ebba Metz pushing forward up front. I'm going to say dead. An absolutely fantastically strong blocker for Nantes. And that delay helps Adele Rainbow pick up lead for them.
And we've had another star pass. Yaz again taking the star for Crime City.
Well, Adele comes in, escorted off the track by Ebba Metz, chooses to call off that jam with 3 points on the board, so not now edging ever closer to the 100 mark.
We've only got 2 more minutes left in this game for Nantes to put that score up on the board. And they're going to need more than one scoring pass to accomplish that.
And they're also keeping Crime City under the 200 mark though here.
Yeah, and it's Vanilla Slice on the jam line. Vanilla Slice has been the one that's racked up those multi-pass jams, put an enormous amount of points up on the board for Crime City this weekend.
Yeah. Coming up against Ziggy Starpass though in the jammer stakes, but Vanilla Slice finds the in, finds the out, shakes it all about, picks up lead for Crime.
And coming in to do the hokey cokey another time, Vanilla Slice having a little bit of support from Spinosaurus or Spino.
Oh, beautiful awareness there. Knocked out by Greenbergen, but just taking that moment to check exactly where your toe stops are. Not wanting to pull a penalty at this point in the game. We've got a minute just over left on the period clock. 1 minute 22 of the jam left to play.
I have to say, I always know exactly where my toe stops are.
Me too, they're in the cupboard, 100%.
So Vanilla Slice on a first scoring pass. Ziggy Star Pass still stuck in that pack. Are we going to have a star pass? Well,
Yes.
Flashy Strike has come back to disrupt, but also did take the star.
Yeah. And you see Flashy Strike coming here, really putting on those burners, approaching the pack in turn 1, looking to grab some of those points. Vanilla Slice responding with a little hop, skip and a jump over the apex at turn 1.
You can see the Crime City bench at this point saying, stretch it out, stretch it out. We're going to let this jam run out the period clock and end the jam with the end of the game.
Yeah, we've got 30 seconds left of the jam, 10 seconds on the period, and I'm sure you can hear the arena here showing their support for Crime.
And we asked, could Crime hit the 200-point mark? They have just accomplished that. Vanilla Slice runs out the clock and calls that jam.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what they wanted, maybe to keep Nantes under the 100 and to make sure they were at that 200 point.
Oh, they came so close.
Yeah.
Only 2 points
Yeah.
below that 100-point mark. I feel for Nantes a little bit, but they did play a phenomenal game of roller derby today.
What an absolutely fantastic way to end day 2, Billy, of this amazing tournament here in Malmo. And Crime City, the home team as well, taking the win this evening. That's it. They've got their ticket. Pack your suitcase, you're off to champs.
They're going to be facing off against Toulouse tomorrow to figure out who's going in position 1 and who in position 2.
Yep.
And then Nantes Roller Derby are going to be facing off against London to fight for that 3rd place and that pass to champs.
Yeah, there's still opportunity to get on the Champions train for both London and Nantes tomorrow, and we'll be really excited to bring that to you. Tomorrow we don't start our first game until 11 a.m. Malmo time.
Indeed.
So you'll get a bit of a lie-in, we'll get a bit of a lie-in, and we'll be tucking ourselves up into bed tonight, dreaming about all of those delicious medal games we're going to call tomorrow. So I've been the lovely Beatrix.
I've been Billy No Skates, and we've also had the lovely Smash.
We've had the fantastic Smash with us. You've all been wonderful, and we can't wait to see you again tomorrow.